what I love about the ultra running is I'm not a great athlete. I like playing sports. I'm competitive, but I went to watch a 100-mile run years ago. Like when endurance running first started, I went to like one of the first ultra runs ever. And I'm looking at the people finishing the race, and they didn't look like they were insanely fit. You know, you would think like a guy's gonna run 100 miles. He looks like, you know, Goggins or this. But like most of the people that were finishing were like, they weren't really athletic looking or even that strong. And what I realized was what they did have was will. And I'm like, man, I want to compete in this. It takes away speed and it's just about will. Let me test my will. And that's how I got into the sport.
How much of your will was forged by you living with David Goggins?
You know, that was an amazing chapter of my life. I was already like in my 40s at the time. So I'd already gone through, you know, businesses that work, businesses that fail. But I learned so much from, they always say like surround yourself with like-minded people. And I'm the opposite. I like to surround myself with people that I'm not like-minded, but have superpowers. Like, you know, I lived on a monastery with 8 monks that had been there for 50 years because I wanted to get, you know, again, part of being an entrepreneur is figuring out how to get from A to B the fastest. You're in that game with Prime. You've been in that game, you know, your whole life. Like, how do we speed up the process, you know? And I was the same way with my spirituality, man. I'm like, I've invested so much in fitness, but like my spiritual side is like, it needs some work. Who are the masters? Monks. I'm going to go live with them.
Where'd you go?
I went just south of Canada to a little monastery called New Skeet.
How long?
I was there for 17 days.
Turned everything off. No phone.
Yeah, everything off. It was really interesting.
What was it? What did an average day look like? How did an average day there compare to an average day with Goggins?
Very different. You know, the Goggins thing was like, I was in a rut and I wanted to break out of it like mentally. And first of all, at the time that I met Goggins, no one, you know, he wasn't on, there was no social. He was still in the military. And I just wanted some of whatever he had. I saw him run a 100-mile race. That's how we met. I wanted whatever he had, the secret sauce that made a guy like that, he was big at the time. I wanted that to rub off on me. So I asked him to come, you know, stay with my family and I. And I got so much out of that. The monks thing was like completely different because I was shut down from the world. Like if there was, like, I wouldn't know if COVID happened, if there was an invasion, if there was, you know, anything. So that freaked me out.
Yeah.
And I started thinking like, what if I come home and my kids don't like me? You know, like you start to get these insane thoughts. But what my biggest takeaway from it was my relationship with time. And, you know, when we think about relationships in terms of people, how your relationship with your brother, your parents, you know, but we don't really think about our relationship with money, which is really important, and our relationship with time, which is equally as important because being time rich, I'm very time rich right now. And that's like amazing.
You mean freedom of?
Freedom, like time rich, like I can spend time with my kids.
Running.
I can go for a run. I can make my own schedule. I just had 10 friends meet me in Clearwater. I'm taking 12 friends to Finland to a sauna tour this month. Like,
I want to talk about that after.
Yeah, but that's, you know, really important. So that your relationship with time.
And it's funny because you say money too. There's a very direct correlation between the two of them.
Very, very.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.